Shalom Israel. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. To the brothers, Yahweh Shemar Alatah Bashem Yahweh Shai. To the sisters, what I said in the Hebrew, may the Lord watch over you and keep you in the name of Yahweh Shai. And to the brothers, I said, bless you and may the Lord be with you in the name of Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ. I'm saying I'm preaching officer 500 in the Haryala out of ISUBK Syracuse. Saying we here with another class, you know what I'm saying? And this class is about the history of welfare. So we are at ISUBK. We start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commander General Yana. And we are a school. We are the Israelite school, a universal and practical knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So what we do is teach our people the Bible, you know what I'm saying, the correct way. So there's a scripture say, rightly dividing the word of truth. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that there's going to be some people on the earth that's not dividing the word rightly. They're doing it wrongly. You know what I'm saying? They're just giving you doctrine. So I had a conversation with a brother at my slave, and he was like, yo, I'm not going to lie. You're better at saying the scripture off the top of your head than me. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean what you're saying is right. And I said, cool. It don't got to be right. But the only way to find out whose way is right or whose way is wrong is we have to battle. That stuff that you believe in, it has to be put to the test. You know what I'm saying? Because like he told me, I know it's a little off topic, but he told me that there is no children of Israel no more. I said, show me that in the Bible. He's like, well, I can't show you that in the Bible, but I can show you that in science. I said, no, there's no end to the people. Paraphrasing Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, I believe, 25 or something like that. There's no end to the people. Meaning all the nations that God established in the Bible are here today on the earth. You know what I'm saying? They're all here. Especially the children of Israel. Because you got the main story of the book is this. The children of Israel is the protagonist. And you got Esau, the children of Edom, is the antagonist. Like meaning the main character and the villain. That's the whole Bible. So they have to still be alive today. I'm giving the scripture after scripture after scripture. It's like making his head hurt. You know what I'm saying? And this whole thing is salvation for all people. But like what I told him is this. We study the scriptures daily. So even when I'm not teaching class, I'm in class. When I'm not in class, I'm watching class. I'm online. Don't ever think your hours and your minutes and the time that you spend in class is in vain. It's not. When you stand next to a man who never is in class, who never opens his Bible, who never reads anything, he is going to look stupid. Once he starts talking all that dumb stuff to you, you're like, hold on, nah, but Matthew 1:21 says he died for his people. Can you show me where he died for another people? Oh, what do you mean? The whole time he's not showing you nothing. He's just talking. And he's like, yo, that stuff you saying ain't in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll have to concede. Okay, you hit him with another scripture. All right, boom. What about Matthew 15:24? Where he said he only died for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He is not sent, but only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He's like, it don't say only. It says only. I am not Slaggy. It says, I am not sent, but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. It said, you bring them to Amos chapter 3, where it says, you only have I known. And it's like, okay, all right, boom, you got that. That's a battle. You know what I'm saying? It has to be done. Because he might not be convinced. But guess what? Somebody is watching. And somebody is knowing that. This nigga don't know what the hell he's talking about. Like, that's how I'm here. I was the one battling, and I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm like, damn, you know what? I hate to be the person who not know what they talking about. So you know what? You right. You got that. I'm going to go look it up. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm going to go learn. Because that ain't going to happen to me the next time. The next time, I'm going to know what I'm talking about. And I was talking to a brother about the Mises experiment, where they created a utopia for the mice. You know what I'm saying? And then after a certain amount of time, the mice turned gay. The mice started gang banging. Started They end up destroying themselves. So I'm telling the brother, nah, that was the bad environment. He like, nah, that was the good environment. I'm like, nah, that's the bad environment. He like, yo, pull it up. We pull it up, and he was right. And I told him, yo, I ain't say Salaki because he don't know, but I'm like, yeah, well, you know what? You right. You damn sure right. He like, see, I know you like to argue, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yeah, but you know what else? I like the battle, but I don't dislike admitting that I'm wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? The next conversation I have about that nice experiment, I'm gonna know what I'm talking about. And that's the thing that Christians won't do. This is what blocks them. This is why the scripture says, forever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Because they ain't that they not learning. They're learning stuff, but they're not able to come to the knowledge of the truth because they won't admit that they're wrong. Like you can show them every scripture, bang, bang, and they'll just no. What I'm saying gotta be right. Instead of saying, yo, damn, Israel. I'm like this, boom. All right, let's just say we not Israel. And the white man is not Esau. We gotta admit that God loves Israel. I don't know. Yeah. We came today. He said, yo, hey, you ready to battle? I said, you got them scriptures for me? Because he kept saying, oh, I can't bring up the scriptures now, but I'll bring them back to you. So you got those scriptures for me. Nah, you know what happened was, and I told him, I'm like, you're gonna have to be able to say them scriptures, man. We're not going off of that you talking junk. We're not doing that. Give you a nice beat, a drummer in the background. You think you about to mesmerize the crowd? Nah, pull them scriptures out. Right. Pull them things out. And of course, you know, as our custom, we have the scriptures out. So today's topic, and of course, you got any questions, you can put them in the chat or you can ask me. That's the main thing. We're going to be answering all questions. And if I can't answer the question, you will have your question answered. I'll go ask that question. So I did have a question last week that I meant to ask the generals. A brother asked me, why don't we have our own schools for our kids? Like, you know how people send their kids to Muslim schools or send their kids to Catholic schools. Why don't we have our own schools, like Israelite schools, where they can learn all about the 12 tribes? They can learn about, you know what I'm saying, serving the Most High. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I should ask. But I also told them that we're into raising up men because ain't no better teacher than the men.
Right.
So if we raise up a man, you're going to teach your kids. He like, I want my kids in there, though. Right. I said, how about you get in here? Me, man, see? You know what I'm saying? Shalom, priest. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat. So, again, the brother is going to get his question answered. We not answering no question. So when I do, maybe Thursday class with the General Muhammad. Again, that's One West online classes on YouTube. Every Monday and Thursday, the General does an amazing class. You can come and get all your questions answered, all your problems solved. And I'll bring that to the General. But we are into answering all questions. The topic of today's class is the history of welfare. So we're going to go into the history on welfare. A lot of people don't understand the history, like on anything. So once they find out we don't do nothing, as meaning celebrate the worldly holidays, the birthdays, the Halloweens, the Thanksgiving, the Christmas, as they find out we don't, in the same breath, they don't know why they do. They don't know why they do, and they don't know when did it start. Like the priest did an amazing class on Halloween last week, doing the history. Hallows Eve, All Saints, what was it called? All Saints Eve or something like that. Yeah, Celtic holiday. You know what I'm saying? Where they dress up and they go door to door and they do all types of wickedness. A lot of our people, mainly black people, don't have a clue about any of that. They don't know where it came from. They don't even care, bro, on some real. They just want to have fun. You know what I'm saying? I get that a lot too, man. Damn, we just want to have fun. Listen, man, I want to be free.
Right.
I want to be free. I don't want to be enslaved to a holiday that's forcing me to spend money. Enslaved to peer pressure to do something that I really don't want to do.
Exactly.
Like my grandma was a staunch Christian. She didn't believe in Halloween. but she didn't stop me from going with my cousins and them to go celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Like, she did. My kids don't know Halloween. They don't care. My son got, like, ain't nothing wrong with dressing the kids up. They're kids. They want to dress up, dress them up. Why do they got to dress up that day? Why do they got to, ain't nothing wrong with eating candy. Kids eat candy.
Right.
Why do they got to go out and try to get candy that day?
Right.
There is something wrong with talking to strangers. That is the problem. It should no kid be going up to no stranger's house asking for anything.
Exactly.
But we teach them that subconsciously because we really just want to live our childhood through our kids. We have to stop that. That's called trauma. You want your child to live a better childhood than you did. That's not a better childhood. It's not. You're teaching them the same lessons. Generational curses. You're teaching them the same lessons, the same curses. You're continuing it. You're continuing generation after generation. Halloween candy. Oh, no, we got to check the candy, y'all. I was on my slave. We was talking about checking the candy. I said, yo, all y'all had to check the candy? I said, yeah, we had to check the candy. So why would they send us to go trick-or-treating if you got to check the candy?
Right.
Shouldn't that tell you that it's unsafe?
Exactly.
It's unsafe to go trick-or-treating because you don't never know. You know, we in the UPK, so we got the stories. They taking out all the tardies and putting e-pills in them. It was a rumor that they was poking all the candy with fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, hey, super check your candy. Hey, parents, check them candies. But nobody's saying, how about this? Let's not go Halloween.
Right.
Let's just not do it. You go buy your own candy. My kids got candy. My kids got costumes and all that stuff. They didn't do it that day.
Right.
My son he don't even care. And it's so crazy because grown-ups will argue you to death. An adult man will argue you to death. But my child never says a thing. You know what I'm saying? He don't care. He just want to play the game. We push all that stuff in their head. You know what I'm saying? How about we stand against it? So, of course, we got some history on welfare and snaps because at the same breath, go ahead, Cap.
It's like too about the PDF files.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can say it on there.
Okay. Good.
I don't know if you heard. They was told that they have to turn off all their lights. They can't keep a light on, like even if a cop come by driving down the street, and he see a light on inside your house.
That's a violation of the probation.
It's a violation.
Yeah, I heard about that. I did hear about that.
That's crazy.
So you want to bring that up too because that's how severe it is. So why would you even have your children out there?
Why would you even? And then what makes it worse?
Right.
And then Salaki, not to cut you off, but what makes it worse is black people so stupid and smart at the same time. We thinking, all right, we ain't gonna go in the hood. We gonna go to the white people neighborhood.
Right.
Mind you, these are the people that's doing it.
Right.
Like they're
Right.
the ones that's injecting it.
Right.
Fentanyl? Come on now. E-pills? Black people love drugs. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna waste no drugs on no kids.
Right.
PDF?
You know what I'm
They
saying?
got a higher
Yeah, they got a higher PDF
crime
rate. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So like the thing is on the parents. You know what I'm saying? The ISUPK, we'd rather teach the men, like I was telling my man at the slave, I'd rather teach you to not celebrate Halloween. And then you tell your kids.
Right.
And you gonna tell your kids by your actions. Yo, my dad wasn't with Halloween. It's a brother in my class that grew up Jehovah's Witness. He like, yo, man, I grew up like that. He said, we do Halloween, Christmas, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're gonna know by you. So it was a question. I did have a question from a brother in my class. He said, why don't we have a school for the kids? You know how kids grow up in Muslim schools where they learn about Islam and they learn education. Yeah. Then you got Christian schools like CBA where they grow up, where they teach them Christianity and education. And then you got Catholic schools where they teach them, you know what I'm saying? He said, how about y'all start an Israelite school where my kids can learn about the tribes and learn about the laws of God? And I'm just like, yo, we got to raise up the men first. And he's like, yo, man, yeah, but why can't we just do the kids? Like, I'd rather pay y'all to raise my kids or whatever. He like, could you at least ask for me?
Send him the money.
And I told him.
Give priests and officers all y'all little money. No, I'm serious.
Right.
Yeah, your sister, don't she homeschool? We got so many sisters that homeschool in the UPK.
And it's crazy, Sabi said that.
You know, we got so many sisters that homeschool. If he feels it that serious and severe,
Right.
but it's not, it's based off of, like you said to him, he's not going to get it, but it's based off of, we have to teach the father first.
Right.
The father has to be raised up first, right? Because the child is being taught, it's like us going to school.
Right.
Right? Okay. I'll go to school. When we went to school as kids, we went to school, and then what happened after school? 3 o'clock, we came to the hood.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We was in the hood. Like, we came home to poverty, where we ain't gonna have nothing to eat unless Uncle JoJo gonna rob this corner store. You get what I'm saying?
Or gonna make it happen.
Right. We was poor to where I used to see my mom, you know what I'm saying? Go in the Price Chopper, put them steaks right in her purse. You feel what I'm saying? Right. We eating grapes as she's shopping. We eating food. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so what's the point of going to school and then coming home to him, right, and his woman? You feel like you said, and we teaching these babies about the law, and they go home and you smoking weed, right, and y'all arguing about, oh, she saw you with this woman, or you saw her with this man, and y'all doing it right in front of the kids. And if y'all smoking weed, what's the point of what we doing? Right. He don't really want us to teach his kids, because if you want us to teach his kids, he'll be in the class too.
Right, definitely. And that's what I was trying to get too. He was more so trying to well, can you ask? Can you bring it up? Wouldn't that be a good idea? Because he like, I don't want my kids to go to no Muslim school, and I don't want my kids to. And I said, I feel the same way as you. I don't want my kids to go to no Catholic school, no Muslim school, but I definitely don't want my kids to have parents that do the same evils we teach against. Right. You know what I'm saying? So he like, all right. I told him I asked for him, like, we in the business of answering all questions. You know what I'm saying? We ain't running. We ain't telling you we don't got the answer. We're going to answer all questions, because all answers to all of our problems are in the scriptures.
That's right. He can do that. So right. The Sabbath service. He dropped the babies off. They can learn the Sabbath service. We going. I was talking to some brothers and sisters about, like, not doing a Hebrew Academy, but for the young men, for the boys, they're doing something on Sundays. Right. They can come here, do some physical training and get some scripture breakdown. Right. Right. If you want to do it, you can do it. Send that money right to Commander Jeremy Hunt.
Right, definitely. And I also that's another thing I also told him. I'm like, listen, one thing about being organized, like, boom, if Commander General Hanna said, the order is now we're gonna teach kids from K through 12th grade. You teach them the truth. I would do it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But we have a bigger goal to raise up our nation, raise up our men. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? That's where we at now. You know what I'm saying? Because the men, like, and it's crazy because this goes into the topic of today, welfare and the history of it and the origins of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the origins of welfare in the Black community is getting the father out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because they wouldn't give you the benefits if the man was in the house. And we're gonna go into I got a couple videos, and of course I got a couple scriptures too. But when it was created for white people, because it was created for white people, right? It wasn't created for Black people. It wasn't created to destroy the white family. It was created to uplift them. You know what I'm saying? It was created for the poor white man. So he could get up. The poor white woman. The widow. The woman lost her husband. We're gonna go into we gotta get that, but first we gotta first. So he could be the example. Man.
So I don't know if you can think of it, but if welfare was created for, like, to uplift white people, how did it turn into, like, destroying us?
The same way everything does. We wanted to integrate, and we wanted to have those rights. Right. We wanted the right to have it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing like voting. Voting wasn't meant for black people to vote.
Right.
That was something amongst them.
Right.
But voting ended up destroying us.
Mm.
They arguing like, yo, everybody go vote today. Go vote.
Yeah.
I seen a post. A sister said, yo, somebody need to explain this to me because I'm about to go vote, but I don't know the policies of none of the people that's voting. The brother got on there and said, it don't matter. Vote Sharon Owens.
That's crazy.
Vote this, vote that, vote this, vote that. It doesn't matter.
Wow.
She's for the people.
Wow.
Like, that's what you telling us? So voting was never really meant for us,
Right.
but somehow us doing it ends up destroying us because it's giving us a false sense of hope.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of having hope in our God, we have hope in the ballot. And we sit at a ballot for hours. You know what I'm saying? We sit there and put faith in false politicians. They're all deceivers.
Right.
They're not meant to uplift you. Or we'd have been uplifted. How many black politicians we done had?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We would have been out of poverty. They get in there and then they'll tell you, well, I'm not just the governor of black people. I'm the governor of all people.
Right.
All races matter. Kamala Harris, they say, they asked Kamala Harris, when you win, what are you going to do for black people? She said, I'm not going to be the president of just black people. I'm going to be the president of all people. It's being deceptive. And it's nothing different than what they did in Rome. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing different than what they did in Greece. Like these customs that they created amongst themselves wasn't meant for us, but once we partake in it, it destroys us. Like Deuteronomy chapter 4 says, the law, statutes, and commandment will be our wisdom in the sight of the other nations. You know what I'm saying? So when we give our wisdom up and take on their wisdom, it's going to destroy us. It ain't going to make us strong. You know what I'm saying? It also tells us don't seek peace with these other nations and don't seek their love. You know what I'm saying? So we might be strong. You know what I'm saying? These things make us weak. We're going to get into it. And even us not knowing the history of it. See, like the average black man, like most of us all grew up food stamps, like he said, poor. So we thinking this is for us.
Right.
We are the poster child for food stamps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When that's not the case. More white people are on food stamps than black people. And of course, we got statistics. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Oh, yeah. Got a couple videos. We're going to play a couple videos. Of course, if you don't want to add anything.
The very beginning of the welfare system was the passage of the aid to dependent mothers early in.
First and foremost, it's saying the very beginning of welfare was a passage for dependent mothers, meaning white women with kids that are dependent on the government. Because believe it or not, the government is supposed to take care of the people. You know what I'm saying? The government is supposed to take care of the state, of the city. What they did was figured out a way to make it the people's responsibility to take care of it. Because like early back, like when you go into the history of taxes was only supposed to be taken from the people in a few circumstances. War, emergencies. Other than that, the governments, the bodies that rule was supposed to take care of that.
So the taxes that was being taken from the people that was supposed to be to help the government.
Yes,
when they needed it.
Yes, because they're saying we're paying for the war.
Okay.
So you need to, you know what I'm saying, help us, and that's reasonable. But now we're in a forever perpetual state of war. So now we're in a forever perpetual state of paying taxes.
Wow.
Now no one questions it. But back then it was a real big thing. The people would rebel. We're not paying taxes. It's called taxes without representation, right? I'm correct?
No taxation.
No taxation without representation. Meaning you ain't about to tax us without us being represented by a body, a government. Right. Somebody who could say, okay, all right, maybe we shouldn't, because you shouldn't tax the people. You know what I'm saying? I had this conversation with one of my cousins. He said he felt like the people should pay for everything. But really, it's not the people's responsibility. It's the government's responsibility. You know what I'm saying? That's what their job is, to control the people. Right. They're the government. They make the money off of the people. You know what I'm saying? So it's their job, but they figured out a way to flip it. So their job was, all right, we got to take care of these dependent mothers, which is what should happen. Okay, let's take care of our dependent mothers.
Right.
the New Deal. And you know what? It was perfectly reasonable. What did they have in mind? Frances Perkins was Secretary of Labor at that time, and she had in mind widows. Widows with small children.
You see, all these are white people, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is in, I don't know if they said the time, but the time was like the early 1920s, the late 1920s, early 1930s, during the time of the Great Depression, where a lot of, and around the end of World War I, where a lot of women, husbands was unalived. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things was happening. A lot of women's husbands fell to alcoholism. Alcoholism was bad in the early 1920s for the average white American. You know what I'm saying? Because liquor was illegal.
Right.
It was like how crack is. Go ahead, Kat.
You're being kind, God.
I'm being kind.
You're being nice to them Edomites. Yeah, he said alcohol. That was unalive.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, the white man is the devil.
Right.
The white man doesn't know how to be a family man.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? He's
Right.
not a true family man.
Right.
Right.
He's just, the white man's instinct is his gut. Like, he just based everything off of the flesh.
That's a fact.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, they come together time and time again to build a government and everything, but they can't sustain nothing.
Right.
That's why they're nomads. That's
Mhm.
why they're Esau. They're
Right.
cave dwellers. They don't have a culture.
Right.
Even when they create a culture for themselves, they can't keep it.
No. They got
You
change
think
it.
the Republicans and Democrats should be shutting down the government and battling the way they battling? It's ridiculous.
It is.
The founding fathers didn't want that.
No.
They wanted two parties, but they didn't want it to be like what it is and all this stuff falling apart. The white man got drunk and was beating the hell out of
Oh
his
yeah,
wife.
yeah, that too.
That's what it was.
That too.
Because remember they
And it was legal too.
it was illegal to alcohol was illegal
Yeah.
until the 1920s.
But it was legal to beat your wife
Right,
up,
right.
up until the 80s.
right. So then when it was illegal, now you became a criminal.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
So now they was criminalizing their own people.
right.
You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Like Al
so,
Capone in them, right?
right. So then they said, okay, let's control this alcohol and let's try to put it like this. And then everybody was drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So they was all getting drunk. They was all getting drunk so much, and they just beat their wives. They didn't
That's
wanna keep
where
it
that's
down.
where wife beater came from, right? Around that
From
time.
Italians. That's why you call it
around that
that's why you
same
call-
time period, right?
That's why you call that shirt that, because
Yeah.
Italians only had that shirt
Yeah.
because they were so poor. They only had those muscle
Wow.
shirts.
Mhm.
So that's why they
That's
call them
crazy.
white beaters, because the Italians would get so drunk.
Mhm.
That's all they was known for, was beating their wife.
Right.
The Irish, the Italians, the English, all of them just was beating their wife.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Okay. And then, but to point out too, real quick, it's a white woman. Hey, this is in the 1930s.
Yeah.
So black women is tricked to believe that, oh, we should join white women and
Right.
women's rights. White women had to say so since the 20s.
That's a fact.
So don't think ain't no black man up there.
Nope.
Right.
There's no black people in this picture.
God.
The only woman is a white woman.
Yep.
So the white woman is before the black man. So don't fall for the trick of, the woman ain't, the woman is so oppressed by their man. Nah, she was the Secretary of Health, they said.
Secretary of what they said it was? Treasury or something like that?
She was something up there.
Secretary of Treasury, I think. Secretary of Treasury for welfare.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So like the funds. You know what I'm saying? And it goes on today, like even like the Brett Favre scandal. Like they tapped into a way to take all this money that's supposed to go so-called to the poor, but it's really going to their own.
That's a fact.
And they figure out because it's a lot of poor white people too. You know what I'm saying? They call them white trash. It's a lot of poor white people. And that's their argument. Their argument is, yeah, we're like, because white people portray poverty to equal with black. So they'll be like, okay, Yeah, we were poor too. Yeah, I grew up on the trailer. Yeah, I know about poverty, and they think that equates to being black somehow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's their little thing because the white man he threw his poor trash in the ghetto too. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, the Italians was poor too. The Jewish people came over here poor too. They was destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And he threw them crazy too. Put them next to black people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you be next to them. You know what I'm saying? As a shot. And they'll think like we can't stand these damn Irishmen, man. They think like, yo, they our first cousins. Yeah, we know about poverty. Yeah, we were slaves too.
Right.
Yeah. And they equate that with that, but it was not so. It was not originated so. Like all of this was for them.
That's right.
They put our face on it. Like this. Yeah, okay, yeah, we gotta get the blacks. The blacks are on. I was on welfare for like I think like 2 months, like temporary assistance. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting down, I'm having an interview with the lady, and the lady like this, it was so racist. It was so racist. You know what I'm saying? She like this, all right, yeah, you know you're gonna have to get a job. I'm like, okay, I get a job. You know what I'm saying? So she like, yo, welfare was only made to be temporary, 3 to 6 months. But black people figured out a way to be on it forever. I said, what?
That's
She
right.
said, yeah. You got the average number of black families on welfare is 7 years. The average. And it's supposed to be 3 to 6 months. You have to get a job. So, of course, you know, we playing the system, blah, blah. A couple months go by, I go back to her. She's like, you find a job yet? I'm like, nah, I can't find a job. She said, how about you pull your pants up and comb your hair? You know what I'm saying? And get a haircut. You know what I'm saying? Clean up your face. How about you do that? And take those boots off. You know what I'm saying? And then go in there and speak right to them people. I told her, you know what? I'm not looking for no job. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, so you're a fraud, huh? You know you can go to jail for it. I'm like, nah. I'm like, I don't want to work a job like that. She actually, it was a black lady too, but it was racist. She was being racist. I'm knowing she being racist. Like, so you telling me because I got on Butters Timberland boots, you know what I'm saying, and my pants a little bigger than they should be, that I can't get a job because of that? What?
You're killing it, you hitting it. There was a sister that was being racist.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right. Okay, it's gonna be a black woman to be racist because she has a white supremacist mind.
Mm-hmm.
I was asked, can black people be white supremacists then? I
Yes.
said, yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely they can. But you hitting it so hard because they put out that false narrative that black people use welfare for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Get a job. They didn't do that to the Jewish.
No.
They didn't do that to the Italian.
Nope.
They didn't do that to the Irish. You know what they did? They made jobs specifically for them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
When you think of the police department, every time a police officer dies in duty, what do they play?
That what's it called? A jubilee or something? Or,
No. The bagpipes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the bagpipes.
Why are they playing bagpipes?
That's from
Because-
Ireland.
Thank you. Because they gave the police departments to the Irish.
Yeah.
They gave you see the mustache?
Yeah.
That's Italian. That mustache, the firefighter.
My man got one. I say, yo, why you got that mustache? He said, you know, he a firefighter.
Thank you.
They said they all get him.
Thank you.
Wow.
What?
Because that comes from the Italians.
I ain't
So
know
they
that.
gave the fire department to the Italians. They gave construction companies to the Italians, right? Okay. The Jewish came over, they let them run the banks. You understand what I'm saying? The government created jobs. Like you said, the government is supposed to rule and take care of the people.
Yes, that's a fact.
So you going to play black people and be like, why are you still on welfare?
Right.
You're not giving them a job.
Right.
You're supposed to create a job for them to have. You're in that position of leadership.
That's a fact.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like a child coming to you. You ever hear parents say the stupid thing to kids? Oh, say for instance, a kid goes, I want McDonald's. What do parents say?
You got McDonald's money?
You got McDonald's money?
Right.
You know the child don't have no money.
Right.
So what you want to do? You want to let the child starve? No, you have to feed the child. Then what you could do is you teach the child how to fish, how to plant, how to cook the food when they come into the house. You understand what I'm saying? Right. That's what you do to a child, right? A stupid parent that just keeps saying every single day, "You got so and so money? You got so and so money?" They open up the refrigerator. "I'm hungry. You got money for food?" That's a stupid thing to say, but that's what the government does to black people.
That's a fact.
You didn't give us nothing.
Right.
You're supposed to create this for us.
And we got like a homeless epidemic in Syracuse. Like the homelessness numbers is at like a record-breaking high. They spending $11 million to build a retail district right by the rescue mission. They about to build a retail district where companies could come and, sell their merch and all of that. $11 million to make it profitable. But not spend the money to house the homeless?
Right. Give them jobs. You can create jobs with that.
Right. You can create jobs. Go ahead.
And they also building, I think, like a $45 million aquarium next to the mall, too.
Yeah. And a lot of that money came from the money that was supposed to be allocated to, what was it, Cap? The lead in the housing. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned a lot going to these meetings and stuff like that. They said that we don't ever come to the meetings. So when they come and they get the funds, they don't know what to do with the funds. So they start allocating it wherever they choose to allocate it. But they use us as the prop. Oh, we have 85% of black people don't have access to a car. 79% of black people have has been exposed to lead. You know what I'm saying? This and this and this and that. And the government say, okay, all right, here go $100 million. And they split it up. And then they say, all right, what are we going to do the rest of the money? Oh, we do have an aquarium. It's for the kids. The kids don't have nothing to do. I know we done heard that all throughout our life. The kids don't have nothing to do here.
Right.
So they said, okay, you said $45 million? Good night. Good night. For an aquarium. And black people don't get none of that. None of that. The government is shut down. You think that aquarium's gonna stop being built? You got this company called Micron that's coming buying everything. The government is on a shutdown. Micron is $1 trillion company. You think they say, you know what? We're gonna take $10 million and feed everybody? No.
Right.
Like it's the fourth.
Right.
And no food stamps. And beefed up security at grocery stores. You know what I'm saying? Police in the parking lot at grocery stores. So you'll pay the police to overtime to sit at a grocery store, but not pay the people who hungry? This place is destroyed. Last class.
It's so bad that you got our people speaking that against us.
Right.
It's good they shutting down food stamps. Y'all need to start taking care of your own. We still ain't got it yet. We still ain't doing it yet. It is a system. That's why it's called systematic racism. Systematic oppression.
Right.
Because the system is created for you not to continue on.
That's
for you not to prosper.
That's a fact.
Now, Ariala, you know how easy it would be. You know how easy it would be to buy a van for the brothers that come home from prison, right?
Right.
Okay. Give them a van. Say, put your name on the side of the van and call it cab company.
Right.
Now, Ariala's cab company.
Right.
That's a job. How easy is that?
Easy.
You understand what I'm saying? For the government to say, okay, we can't relate to y'all community, y'all neighborhood. We gonna build booths on all these major hoods. We're gonna build a booth for the bricks, a booth for the camp, a booth for the tent, a booth for the hill. Right? And these booths can have 4 rooms in it for 4 different brothers. Y'all police that area. You know what I'm saying? Y'all control that area and everything. Make sure everything is good. Here's the money for it.
Right.
That's an easy job.
Right.
Everything is easy. But they'll put a camera up. That's millions of dollars for that one camera. That's a non-stop running camera.
Right.
It's a lot, yeah.
Now you swab. And I was going to last class about how the Most High God destroyed the wisdom out of this place. what I'm saying? Where they once was wise and so smart and they know it all. Now they're dumb as a box of rocks.
Right.
They can't put two and two together for nothing. You send $30 billion over to Ukraine, but your own citizens are hungry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They said in Syracuse is one of the most poorest cities for children. That most children go home without a meal. The only food they eating is at school.
Right.
1 out of 3.
That's crazy.
Good night. Salakia. But I went into it, Obadiah, how the Lord is slowly destroying this place. And it's going to start, think about ancient Egypt, how the Lord destroyed Egypt. He destroyed it from within first.
Right.
Egypt was so strong and so smart and so
Right.
wise. And Moses came to Pharaoh and said, yeah, the God of Israel saying, let my people go. And he said, I never heard of this God. They had so many gods and the answers for everything, just like America. And they were destroyed too. You know what I'm saying? This place is going to be destroyed. But look at it, the history of welfare. Widows and small children.
And they needed help. What is a more natural object of our affection?
When the stock market crashed in 1929, the world entered the Great Depression. After his election in 1932, Franklin D. Roosevelt instituted federal reforms to help the poor, including
Salakia. It's this brother in my class. You know what I'm saying? I call it class because I'm in training. He's from Ecuador. This brother told a story to us and almost had us in tears. Mind you, he just passed his immigration test. The reason why I thought of it, because they asked him who was the president. One of the questions on the test, he got a test with 100 questions. He got to get 70% of them right. Wow. One of the answers in the question was, who was the president during the Great Depression? He said, Franklin D. Roosevelt. I said, I don't even know that.
Right.
I don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? But the brothers, man, listen. He had to pay $15,000 to get over here in increments, 3 increments, $5,000 an increment, $5,000 to get by Mexico, another $5,000 to get through the border, and then when you get through the border, they kidnap you like a prisoner. And if that other $5,000 don't hit, you're dead. You know what I'm saying? And then they release you into the thing. They treated him like a slave. He was in a container. You know them containers that come through boats? These containers got hundreds of people in them. They ain't open them up for days. Poop, menstrual cycles, all that. And he got over here first. You know what I'm saying? And he like, yo, they had to swim. The reason why they call them wetbacks is because they had to swim to the border. And when they got out, when they got across the border, their clothes was wet. You know what I'm saying? He just talked about how much racism he experienced when he got over here. But
So that's true. People being in those containers.
yes.
Wow.
Yes. And if you don't got the money before you cross the border, they making you take drugs over there. They make you take money,
crazy.
take a bag, all that. What?
And you know what Trump is doing?
But
Blowing up those ships with those containers.
what?
Yes.
No one is
Andy
people.
Giuliani said Trump blew up another large amount of ships. Right.
Them got people on
They
it.
got people on it. But he's trying to say it's drugs from the cartel.
But the
That's
cartel
how
is
wicked
working
this
with the
is.
government.
Right. But he's just saying
Yeah.
that to cover it up to make you think, oh, it's drugs, so he's stopping the drugs.
Man.
When there's people on a lot of them boats and them
That
containers.
is
Right.
crazy.
And my man was telling me, like, yo, why y'all say the Latinos y'all people? And I'm telling him, if you listen to the Latino, they story like ours. The brother, man, he got in and he said, yo, man, they had him in a container. When they got out of the container, they chained him up, they bound him up, they made him do the call. And then first he got to take the loan from back in his home. He had to take the loan to get the money. You know what I'm saying? So now when he over here, he owed the money.
Right.
So he got to pay that money back. He got to work to pay that money back. He started off working 6 days a week. Then picked up an extra job. He working 7 days a week to pay the money. And he's like, yo, it psychologically messed me up because my wife over there. And I got to call home knowing she might be with another man. I'm like, yo, she might be with another man. I said, this nigga is black. Yo, he's black. He like, yo, man, I couldn't do it. I'm like, yo. So he had to pay $15,000 for his wife to come over here. And he like, yo, they doing so much evil to them. They like taking girls, whatever one they choose, and they just doing whatever they want to them. I'm like, nah, they can't do my wife like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He told him like, yo, is there a route that my wife could come where she could get like princess treatment, like, you know what I'm saying, not be touched? And they like, yeah, it's gonna cost you more, another 5,000, 20,000. And he like, and he said you paying the money and you don't even know. It is. You could have just been gone on your money, or you can be dead. And he said he was in a container with like 100 other so-called immigrants.
Wow.
And 15, by the time they cracked the container open, 15 of them was dead. They with dead bodies. They don't know. They rush everybody out. Hey, everybody out. Dead bodies in there. Leave the container. Good night. I said, yo, they are the children of Israel. And I asked him, guess what? There was not one white immigrant on those containers. Not one. He said they all come from, guess where he said they all come from, Cat? Guatemala, Panama, Cuba, Ecuador, Argentina, you know what I'm saying, Mexico.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Come on now. All Hispanic brothers, but not just Hispanic like Latin descent.
Right.
All of the tribes though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he said it's not one white person that go through that. It's all them. You know what I'm saying? He said he got over here and they gave him some KFC the first time he ate a meal. He said the journey took him from Ecuador to California 3 months.
God damn.
3 months, no shower. No shower. I said, yo, bro. He said, I see slave movie stuff. And I said, that's like what my people do to come to America. You know what I'm saying? And he messed with us. Right. And when he come over here, he with us. He with the brothers. And I said, man. And then he started working here, not to veer off, but it's just, he started working here in America and it's so racist. He's like, yo, they calling them wetback, calling them spit, cussing them out, blah, 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 making them do all the hard work while the white man don't do no work. And I'm like, yo, man, you with us now, man. You finally in a spot where now, you know what I'm saying, you get respected here.
Right.
And he damn near was in tears. But long story short, he over here, he got his wife over here, and they went through hell. And man, all you Negro only brothers, man, listen. Man, y'all gonna have to do your history on our brothers and sisters, man. Our Hispanic brothers and sisters, they are built for tough to go through that now. Like, we talk about what our ancestors went through. They going through that now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know that. They blowing up the containers. He said those containers you see don't have merchandise in it. It's people in there.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Kids. People coming over here with kids. I said, good night. You know what I'm saying? And then his wife ended up getting caught up. They ended up raiding. She ended up getting picked up by immigration.
Oh.
And then they having to go to court. And then he having to pay for a lawyer for her. And then the judge told him, she told the judge her story. And the judge said, you know what? America was founded off immigrants. The judge told his wife, America was founded from immigrants. Them coming from another country and seeking a better home. He said, we got to give y'all a chance. Like the white man, like, yo, he is the devil, bro.
Right.
Because he come over here as an immigrant, set up a country, and now you're going to give grace to the immigrant? And he gave her citizenship. And she got him his citizenship only if he passed the test or whatever. And it was just a crazy story. I told him, I'm like, yo, you should come on my show, man.
Wow.
You should come to the school, man. Like, yo, like you got to tell this story to somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? It was amazing. I'm like, yo, all of us, all the brothers is and the sisters is on the back of the bus like this.
Right.
What? He like, yeah. He said they get the first meal he got in like a couple months. He said they just give him like bread and stuff to live off of. Keep gallons of water. They pass the jug around or whatever. He said the first meal he got in California was Kentucky Fried Chicken. He said he ate the chicken and said, I love America.
Yeah. You gotta get him in here, man.
Yeah, I gotta get my son in here, man. I gotta get him to at least tell that story. It was so powerful and you could see the glassy eyes and him even reliving the things that he had to do to come to this country and to get over here and be treated the way they treated. You know what I'm saying? Like, along with us too. Like, we getting treated bad here. You know what I'm saying? To be treated like we are the ones with our hands out when we work the hardest. You You know what I'm saying? Same thing with them. They work the hardest. Like, to be treated like we criminals. We not all criminals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are honest working men. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them is honest working men. You'll see them on these jobs. You know what I'm saying? They not always into that. They get a bad image like we do. Oh, Jose got bricks. That's what we think in our head. Jose got bricks. Jose got a family. Jose got a job. 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I thought I'd just share that with the brothers and sisters about our Hispanic brothers and sisters, and them going through the same things we going through, or if not even worse. Because that's bad. I don't know if I was been able to deal with that. So like, we're gonna go back to the welfare.
In cash assistance for single mothers. With 20% unemployment in America, massive public works projects strengthen families by providing employment in a difficult time.
Just like Cap said, during those times, they make jobs. That's what you do. That's what providing employment is. Making a job. That's a fancy way to say make a job. Make a market. Make something for them. Like, we done picked trillions of dollars of cotton, bro. We should own cotton. Everything that's a fabric, we should own. You know what I'm saying? Everything. But no, they still own all the fabric and all the textile mills and and everything that make leather and all of that. They own it still. Wow. And we just gotta buy it from them. You know what I'm saying? We should not have to buy nothing. They should say, yo, you know what? These black people made us trillions. We gonna just give them this industry. And every black person should own everything. From garments to leather to the war bands, everything that should just be ours. Like we seen the Native Americans, they get busy. They don't got no factories or nothing. They handcrafting these things. Right. Like Officer Chapat down in Houston, he handmade. They got something called the Leather Squad. You know what I'm saying? Where they handcraft the leather. They don't got no factories or nothing. They doing this at home, handcrafting it. Put stud in it. You know what I'm saying? Putting the embroidery in it. We should own that. That's a job for us. That's right. We can make, because if you look into the fashion industry, it's $1 trillion industry. That's right. You know what I'm saying? It's an expensive industry. We can all eat from it. Just imagine if it wasn't no Louis Vuitton. If it was Oculus. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, that'll feed your family forever and everybody else's family. Salaki.
I pledge myself to a new deal for the American people.
Roads, public parks, dams and bridges were built, tying work directly to assistance. But even President Roosevelt realized that there was a limit to what the government could do.
President Roosevelt certainly said often that welfare was not intended to be for a lifetime and not intended to replace work. And to the extent that we've gotten away from that sentiment in some of our programs, that's unfortunate.
The lessons of history, confirmed by the evidence immediately before me, show conclusively that continued dependence upon relief induces a spiritual and moral disintegration.
I don't know why he sound like the white Martin Luther King, right? Is that Roosevelt?
Yeah.
So he's saying,
because remember they had the radio.
Okay, all right. He said continuing dependence on that program causes a spiritual or moral destructive. It's destructive. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because that's what we became to them. We became so dependent on them, it became destructive. Like the question you said, how, if it wasn't made for us, how did it end up destroying us?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for time's sake, I'm gonna get a scripture real quick, and then we're gonna go. Because the Lord said it straight. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said it straight real quick in 1 Corinthians. Yeah, grab that for me. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. And then it's like a One West bedrock.
So Roosevelt said spiritual and moral.
Spiritual and morally.
Meaning that this nation is a religious, it's a spiritual nation.
That's a fact.
They got their own gods and everything.
Shalom,
their own belief. That's deep.
That's a fact. That's deep. And they know this. You got it?
Sir, verse 1.
Verse 3.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
No, welfare.
The head of every man is Christ.
Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
No, snap.
The man.
The man is the head of the woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, they done reversed the roles where now, and it's crazy because all the women, I won't say all of them, most of the women that are so-called independent, they still depend on some kind of assistance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When we don't really have to. You know what I'm saying? We just think we have to because we've been doing it for so long. Like, you got some people, like I know some people and my family who never got off. They never get off. They just keep reinstating. And no man can be there. And they still do it. So it's an old video I was trying to find where they was doing an interview at a black woman's house. I don't know if anybody ever seen this. Where they literally was checking the house for the father.
That's crazy.
Checking the closet. You seen that, Cat?
Yeah.
That video is an old video, probably like 1970s. They do an interview where they come and inspect the house.
You talking about the movie?
I don't know if it's a movie or a clip. Was it?
There's a movie called Nadine Recipient.
Okay.
That's where the term welfare coin comes from.
Oh, okay. All right. And then they came and they.
Yeah, they was looking for James Earl Jones.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, they come in. They look.
Yeah.
Boom. Yo, were he here? They know there's no man there. Checking the closet.
Yeah.
Wow. Welfare. So you like, or
See, Salakia,
what?
I got you. When you play the video, did you see the men with the hammers,
Yeah.
busting rock? Those
Yeah.
was men.
Yeah.
So they gave the women the welfare
And gave the men jobs. Right.
But they
Which
did the
makes sense.
opposite with us.
Yeah.
You couldn't be together.
Right.
They let them stay together. And what was
Wow, that's crazy.
What was so powerful is we were so dependent on ourselves that our marriages, we had more marriages than they had.
Right.
And the government was helping them to stay together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's right.
No.
Definitely. We'll definitely go back to it too. But this is a woman's dependence is on her man.
Yeah.
That's what God intended, and it's not far-fetched. It's not religion. Like, that's not religion. It's not religion for a woman to depend on her man. It's not religion for a man to depend on the Most High God.
Right.
These are instructions. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is God. It's order. Like, the government, the Edomites, our oppressor, is not in there.
Right.
Meaning we don't need him. We would want him for all things, like the scriptures say in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 48. In the want of all things. You know what I'm saying? We'll serve our enemies. You know what I'm saying? But we should rely on ourselves and depend on the Most High God.
That's
like
right.
he said, paraphrasing, he had never seen one of his forsaken. Somebody who trusted him, forsaken. You know what I'm saying? Nah. The birds don't sow nor reap, but they eat. How much less us? You know what I'm saying? Who do the will of the Father, which is keep the laws and commandments. I don't know. That was getting good. We probably finish this out. It's only a couple minutes.
Fundamentally destructive to the national fiber. To dole out relief in this way is to administer
We got bash Esau real quick. Like they try to always bash us and make like we the face of all this poor poverty and all this. They've been poor before we in this time, at this time, we were thriving. Our women had morals. They were covered up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got another clip to tell you. We were like 80%, 85% of houses had a father in it. You know how high that is? I mean, it's rare when you see a family that they don't have the mother and the father. It's a rarity. Right. And and they men like this, he drunk as hell. You know what I'm saying? On the side of the road, like this, man. Shit. somebody do something. So it's like,
Is to administer a narcotic, a subtle destroyer of the human spirit. We must preserve not only the bodies of the unemployed from destitution, but also their self-respect, their self-reliance, and courage, and determination.
and that is the exact opposite what they want to do to us. Like they want to destroy our courage and our determination and our self-respect. Like to make it seem like, oh, we just need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Meanwhile, you didn't do that for our counterparts. You didn't do that for them. You set them up. Like all those programs, like I got a couple clips of Martin Luther King too. Like all those programs they had, they didn't let black people know about. Martin Luther King was furious. He said they giving out thousands and thousands of acres of land and not one of them to a black man. You know what I'm saying? Like once he found out the programs that was given, and these programs was made so they can do like good, like set themselves up for success. Like they ain't just be rich and wealthy. Like when they started taking over the land west of the 13 colonies and they started exterminating our Native American brothers and sisters, that land was now to be offered up to other white people. You know what I'm saying? To occupy it. Go ahead, Kat.
And that's when Martin Luther King really started shaking things up.
Right.
That's when he started going, I feel like I'm bringing my people into a burning building.
Right.
Because that's, at first he was on the togetherness,
right,
and don't hit back. He was just on that. And then he was like, hold up. And that's why it was the first march that he did, people don't even talk about.
On Washington?
No. That one was about employment. But it was the Chicago sanitation workers.
Mm.
Remember what I said?
Mm-hmm.
They gave the Irish the police department. They gave the Italians the fire department. They gave the Jewish people the banks. Martin Luther King was on something like, well, give us the sanitation workers.
Mm.
And give us the bus companies.
Mm.
Remember, we boycotted the buses and we tore y'all down.
Right.
Okay, give us the bus companies then. That's why Central was started for black people.
Mm.
It was a black man that started Central.
Mm.
Wow.
And that's why the majority of bus drivers are black.
Right.
When you go to major cities, they be black.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because really, we supposed to have those as our professions associated to our race.
The CEO is white now.
Right. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what Martin Luther King was really hitting on. Like,
right.
All right, give us all the sanitation workers. Meaning, across the country, like how the police is Irish, mainly Irish, right? All the sanitation workers will be black across the country.
Right.
That's what Martin Luther King was starting to hit on. And that's what kind of shook it up.
Yeah, they don't show a lot of stuff he was on.
Right.
Like, he said, man, we going to Washington for a check.
Yeah.
So like he said, like, and then they had to lay him down. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start understanding how the white man works, you understand, one, he lies to you, to your face. You know what I'm saying? He lies to you, to your face. I'm arguing with a brother, man, at the slave about this generational race thing, right? And this brother, he's saying like, yo, he can't tell. We don't know who the children of Israel is. Because after 3 or 4 generations, though, you become a whole new race. I said, that's dumb as hell. I said, how many generations from David to Christ? Would he be another race then? He like, oh no. I'm like, how would this? Show me in the Bible where it say that. He gonna say, see, he says he punishes to the 3rd and 4th generation. I said that's not saying you become a whole new race. That's punishment. This dude see a white man, mind you, it's only like 2 white people in our class. We got a class full of black people, blacks and Hispanics. He said, hey, Richard, come here. Yeah, you study science, right? You're a scientist, right? He's like, yeah, don't you change races after you generate from 3 to 4 generations? Richard like, I don't know. I said, why would you go to him and ask? No, let me talk. He believes white people are Edomites and they can't make it into heaven. I said, what? Yeah, tell him. Yeah, tell him. You believe that they can't make, y'all damned to hell. That's what he think. He think y'all damned to hell. I said, Richard, you believe in the Bible? He said, no. I said, all right then, what are we even talking about? We having a biblical conversation. Get up out of here, man. He said, why would you call the white man back here? He said, see, you ain't talking that stuff to the white man. This is Jake. Yeah. So at the end, we like, yo, where? Because of course you don't know the Bible. He's like, yo, who do you learn from? I just scriptures. I know. Who teaches you? This dude said David Middlebrook or something like that. You know who that is, Cat?
I heard him.
He's a prominent Edomite teacher. I pulled this Edomite up, said, this is why you love white people. Because you learn from them. You think this man gonna teach you about God? Right. He destroyed you? He like, yo, he seen me today, he said, you ready to battle? I'm like, yo, man, nah, bro. You got it, man. Salakia.
It all started out so innocently. And if I'd been alive then, I would have been in favor of it then. But it ratcheted up very slowly. Even by the end of the 1950s, the welfare rolls were small. The amounts of money were small. Welfare really was not, at that time, an attractive way to try to live.
Am I tripping or does that sound racist? What's that? When he's saying that by the time it got to like the 1950s that it wasn't an attractive way to live. Is this saying it because we were involved in it or we didn't get involved in it yet?
Well, he's saying that there's certain programs were implemented and worked. So if you were still on welfare, it was unattractive. He not putting it as a race thing. Okay. Because remember, we don't have World War II.
Yeah.
Which brought in some money.
Yeah.
War brings in money.
Right.
Brings in more jobs. And then, like he was saying, by the time of the 1950s, we had a lot of jobs allocated.
Right. So
Roosevelt remained true to his convictions and phased out emergency public projects as the economy improved. From the 1940s to the 1960s, poverty fell dramatically in the United States.
So I do got
so they had to bring it back to us to destroy us.
Okay.
And associate it with us.
Okay.
Because you heard what he said?
Yeah.
Poverty fell dramatically. He's talking about white people.
Yeah, from the 40s to the 60s.
We came out of slavery.
Yeah.
We was already in the condition we were in.
Right.
So they're not talking about us, but he said from the 40s to the 60s.
Yeah.
And now in the 60s it was like
then we come
welfare was revived back.
Yeah.
Because in 1964
Civil
Rights Act.
Yeah.
Right. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like, okay, let's make these niggas feel like they free.
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't gonna give them no jobs.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? We're gonna tell them this is what you gotta do in your homes.
Yeah.
You take the man out the home, you gotta do it this way, you gotta do it that way. You gotta live off the government.
That's a fact. You give me Ephesians chapter 5 and 22. So the scriptures and the law, Middleton, is David Middleton. This Edomite devil, man, he's gonna teach you the Bible. You know what I'm saying? He like, we'll go to chat GB10, the Texas Receptus, and I'm like, yo, bro, like you ain't gotta do all that. Scriptures say this, but it's an easy way to battle this, and this is why everything is so spiritual. Even with the president saying that it's spiritual and that they wanted to revive the spirits of poor white men. So the same way they wanted to revive the spirits of poor white men, is the same way we want to revive the spirits of poor black men. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to do that is by giving them the truth. First and foremost, we could have defended ourselves against this attack. One, if we didn't trust our enemy, like the scriptures say not to, never trust our enemy. And two, if we would have used the law, statutes, and commandments to fight it. Because the scriptures tell you easily, Easily. We just read it that the head of the woman is the man. So why would you ever go against your man for government assistance?
Right.
Why? It don't make sense. I don't care how much they was offering. They said at the time they was cashing them out though. I ain't gonna lie. They said they was cashing them out, but ain't that's what the serpent would do? Oh, he said you gotta follow him and listen to him. No, get him out of there. You can listen to yourself. You're harder working than them. Because at the same time, they was fighting for the black woman and the white woman was trying to fight for higher paying jobs for the woman. Am I correct? Right?
That's correct.
So they was like fighting for. It was like a civil rights, women's rights thing, right? All together, because women couldn't work in certain fields and couldn't make as much money as men at the time. Because after slavery, you know what I'm saying, a lot of white women fell into like a depression because they don't have any slaves. So now they gotta cook, they gotta clean, they gotta nurse the children, and the father is gone at work, and they're at home having to do all this work. They like, yo, nah, we don't want to do this. Like Cap said, they're naturally not gonna have no order, no family, no structure. No, I want to go and wear the pants. That was never a black thing.
Right.
That was never a black thing. Even smoking cigarettes, like it was illegal for a woman to smoke a cigarette, but the white woman said, I want to smoke a cigarette.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Black women wasn't with none of that. They just put black women. They always use black women to fight their fight. Now you got women fighting for rights, for money, and then you got us fighting to be equal at the same time too. We could have avoided all of that if we would have just used the law, statutes, and commandments. And she would have just said, nah, forget the white man and his government. A lot of sisters did though, so I ain't gonna even act like they didn't. A lot of sisters did say, to hell with that, we're gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? And they had to not get the benefits of welfare or whatever. And they had to either if or struggle, because at that time they said the man, he can make enough to pay the bills and barely survive. But if they get him out of here, the bills is paid and they was giving the woman money to a little extra. So it was like kind of lucrative to them. Go ahead. Give me that scripture.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 7.
Verse 22.
Still out here, sir. Verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
No, submit yourself to the government.
Unto your own husbands.
So that could have canceled out everything. Wives, submit yourself to your own husband. And that was the beginning of the rebellion of the black woman. And they knew this. Mind you, they know who we are. They have the records. They're not ignorant of the fact that we are the children of Israel.
Right.
They know that the black woman is going to, if you give her enough ammo, she's going to go against the black man. They know, give the black man enough ammo, he's going to go against the black woman. They know this. That's why they spend so much money on it. They spend millions and millions and millions of dollars destroying our community. Destroying it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Is any more to that?
God, sir. As unto the Lord.
As unto who?
As unto the Lord.
Oh, you black women don't like that. You Christian women don't like that. I had a back and forth with a sister, and I love the sister too. It's crazy. She's just so offensive. But she did a whole video on how profanity is sin. And I'm like, and I'm asking her, she like, yeah, y'all cursing and cursing and cursing. I said, what's the biblical definition of curse? To curse. So I ain't answering no questions. Ain't no debate. You're trying to justify being wicked and evil. Da da da. Go ahead.
Was she teaching?
She was teaching with her head uncovered. So I'm like,
Go ahead, man.
so I'm like, okay, since we're, she like,
it's like the dude that got the tattoo that said,
yes,
don't be gay.
Right.
He had the tattoo on, and the dude's like, but you know, you're not supposed to have a tattoo.
Right. Right.
He's like, what?
And I'm like, yo, since we're not answering those scriptures, like I showed you the scriptures. She said, what? Evil communications or corrupt communications. What's the evil communication, corrupt good men, or something like that. Slocky. Paraphrasing. And she like, I read the scriptures. That's what the scriptures say. You can't argue with the scriptures. I said, so since we're not arguing with the scriptures, what about 1 Corinthians 11 and 15? About her habit being uncovered. Man, she went bananas. You gonna talk about me and my head uncovered? Nah, because I point out you wicked. Yeah, maybe I should have had my head covered. Yeah, but so what? That don't mean what I said was wrong. And you just going in and then 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 and then. When really, honestly, the wives should just subject themselves to the husband. Not to say I'm her husband or anything, but the man and woman role. See, our roles have reversed. You know what I'm saying? Where now women think that they can teach the Bible. They think they can teach a man, and you, in her glory, she got scriptures out, little African hijab thing on. Yeah, I'm gonna teach these men today. They're gonna learn cursing is a sin. Cursing is a sin. Profanity is a sin. What did you say the biblical definition of profanity was? You taught it one class, a lot. I forgot.
You look at a profane.
Profane.
It means to be against the king. Profane, like to be against the Most High. Profane and profanity is speaking against authority, speaking against the Most High.
Wow.
I think it's something to that effect.
Yep. So I'm gonna share real quick. Profane, relating or devoted to that which is not sacred or biblical, secular than religious, of a person or their behavior, not respectful of orthodox religious practices.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Treat something sacred with irreverence or disrespect. Yeah. So that's
It's nothing about language.
Yeah, it's nothing about language.
Right. It's like if you're disrespecting the Most High.
Right.
Disrespecting the Bible.
Right. So I just wanted to have a conversation with the sister. We had the conversation before already, though. And I said, yeah, man, them niggas, man. Niggas? How you gonna use that language? I said, what? I said, what? Like, yo, damn. Like, black people so like I'm with Captain Cesariak on this. It's nothing worse than Israelites that be in fake groups that think they know the truth, man. It's like just mind-boggling. I said the word nigga and she went crazy. Like you should have seen her. Like I was about to be just struck from lightning from heaven. Like, what? Are you serious? It's like, man, y'all talk like that over there? I said, yo, man, yo.
She ain't do a video against what's the cat name that asked for $2,000?
Marvin Wayans. Marvin Winans.
Winans.
Marvin Winans.
They don't do that.
No, they don't do that.
That's profane.
Right.
To have that woman up there with that little boy and you embarrass them, you embarrass somebody in a religious setting.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. And she wants to embarrass you.
Yeah.
Like you said, Salakia to the class. Salakia to the sisters listening. But that woman that's telling you that about, oh, you shouldn't be cussing, it's obvious she doesn't have sex.
Right.
It's obvious she don't have a man stroking her.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's obvious. It's blatantly obvious. And she's frustrated.
Right.
Because she is going to be cussing and he going to be cussing.
Right.
And he's watching that thing. Right. You understand? And it's obvious that's not happening
it's
to God.
Yeah. It's obvious. And probably using a scripture too. No, I'm waiting for marriage.
Right. That last man was tapping that ass. And she was cussing back. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right or wrong?
Right.
So shut up. It's just mean you don't got a man.
Right. And then you have brothers under the. She's right. You right, Akwati, Akadi. Them brothers are wicked. Yeah, they should listen to you, sister. I'm like, yo, these dudes is.
That's why they like all those other groups.
That's a fact.
Fathers have left home in order for their children to get meat and bread. There are so many dehumanizing elements in the welfare system that we are concerned about removing.
So I don't know if you can hear it good. But he's saying there's so many fathers that, and this puts a little bit of a different perspective on it too. He's saying that it's so many black fathers that left their homes just so the children could get meat. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like today. Like we duck. Like you messing with your baby mom, you in there and you out of there. You know what I'm saying? You can't be caught in there too long because we got cut off though. We cut off because I'm not good at what I'm green. You know what I'm saying? I'm ignorant to all of Esau's devices. I don't know that he has private investigators that watch you. You get food stamps, they watching you. You get assistance, they're watching you. They're waiting for you outside, and they're waiting to you in the house, and they're coming up like the police with a police badge and everything. Mr. Johnson? Yeah. You still work? You still work at Amazon? Oh, are you there? Yeah. Well, we got records here. Yeah. We know the address changed. Mind you, never even gave them a new address or nothing. They done followed it from crib to crib. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, we just checking. Letter come in the mail. Letter come in the mail. Yep. Yeah. You're cut off. Yep.
Disability. This guy was starting to get his disability check from my hood. Like he lived next door.
Right.
He telling me. He said he was starting to get the check. The check was coming in.
Mm-hmm.
He said he went to Darien Lake. Remember we used to go to Darien Lake every summer?
Right.
He said he went to Darien Lake, got on all the rides. He said disability called you. They sent the letter. You have an appointment. For you to continue your disability, you gotta show up. He showed up. They showed him pictures on the I'm not. I was like, what? He said, yes. And they took my disability.
And the white man is the devil,
right.
Yes.
That's insane.
That's
And Martin
insane.
Luther King said dehumanizing. That's dehumanizing.
That's dehumanizing.
Right.
You can't go to the park.
Yep.
You can't get on a ride with your kids.
Yep.
You can't throw the football with your son.
Right.
That's dehumanizing.
And it's
That's
the
like
exact
this-
opposite of what they did
Thank
with
you.
theirs.
Thank you. Because they readily gave it to the white women and their children.
Right.
Readily gave it to them.
Mm-hmm.
When a sister go downtown, oh my goodness.
They in CID.
You don't know who the father is?
Really? Yep.
You don't know who the baby father is?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that disgusting? Aren't you? I'm telling you, word for word. These are the words they saying to these sisters.
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting. That's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? You had sex with multiple men. You don't know who the father is?
What about birth control? Have you ever thought about birth control?
You didn't do that? What about tubular? That was the first time I ever heard it. I just thought it was tube side. First time I ever heard it, I'm like, what is that? When my son was born, I'm like, what? Like that, I'm talking about Zion just came out of the vagina.
Yeah.
I'm holding my son, and the nurse said, would you like to get the test tubular, or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Tuticular. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
my baby just came out.
Yeah, it's dehumanizing.
It's dehumanizing, man. So like,
And that's why women feel the type of way they feel about them hospitals, man.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Like, yeah, and yo, man, the whole system, like he said, this is systematic. You know what I'm saying? Like they make it try to seem like a man don't want to be there for his kids when he telling Martin Luther King saying fathers willingly left so their children can get that check from them and eat.
Right.
And so he can work and keep his money.
Right.
Because it's all about taking your money. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to have nothing left. And they'll tell you that. They'll admit it. They need you to be poor. They need you to be a consumer. You know what I'm saying? They can't keep your money. If you kept your money, and then you won't need them one day. One day you'll wake up and you'll have enough to start a bank. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't that we don't work or we don't earn money. We just can't keep it because of the oppression. Bills.
Ultimately, we're concerned about a guaranteed annual income. And the other thing I think it is very necessary to say is not his own people. We just call it something else. When it's for white people and rich, we call it subsidy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Documentary Pulse with Mo. Today, we will be talking about how the welfare state ruined black families. A survey from the American Consensus Institution revealed that 67% of black children under 18 in the U.S. live in homes without fathers.
That's crazy.
67% of children in the U.S. live in homes without fathers, black children. You know what I'm saying? When it was, I believe the statistic was 85% before the 60s were living in the home with fathers. So it was 85%. So that's a lot, bro. That's a lot. That means like now the norm is no father. And it's rare if your father is there. And that's now today. I always get an example on my block. It was a block full of kids. None of us had our father. I kid you no lie, it was my bro Webb. My bro Webb had his dad in the house. And my next door neighbor, Earl, he was an active father in his house. 2 houses. 2 houses on a block full with kids.
That's crazy.
2 houses. Oh, I'm lying. And Coker, too. Coker, 3. That's 3. 3 houses on a block full with kids. None of the kids we all playing with had their fathers. You know what I'm saying? None of them. And it was like, dang, these statistics, I think sometimes they being nice. Because it could be worse. Because if it's 20 kids and only 3, it's like 15%.
Right.
Good night.
This is in stark contrast to white children, as only 24% of them live in fatherless homes. However, it wasn't always like this. Black families survived generations of open racism, widespread poverty, and slavery. They lived through segregation, violence, and strong family bonds used to be the norm.
Strong family bonds used to be the norm. Now every black family, like you even see the media where it's like trash the black family. You seen that show Beauty and Black?
Wow. Yes.
Just destroys the black family. What other one? Power. What other one? All the shows is shows of effed up black family. And to some people it's relatable. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't feel, because I know the truth, I don't feel that represents black people, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But to some people, they like, yo, that's black people. What happened to The Cosby Show? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. All the shows where it showed a black family that was together. Rock. Yeah, I ain't never really seen it. I heard about it, though, where they had the father.
That's why it didn't have so many. Because it was relatable.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like, oh, your rich uncle in Bel Air.
Yeah, right.
Or your father's a doctor and your mother's a lawyer.
Right.
It was relatable. He's a trash man and she a nurse.
Right.
Like, that's relatable to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, so they said this was the norm, and we know by just television.
Even the Madea movies, too.
Yeah.
I'm surprised everyone.
And the Beauty and the Black is a Madea series. And it's the norm to trash the black family.
Yo, that's bad when Tyler Perry's name is Madea. Like you said, hey, and Madea. Right. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
One more thing, Salaki.
Right.
And we got to big up and thank the Most High, the Rakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai for the Aisha BK.
Right.
In Texas. My rib was at the cookout, and she said at the cookout, she was like, no, I've never seen. This is the only place that I see this at. Not just here in Houston, but it just made her realize in Houston at the cookout, she's like, look at all these black fathers interact with their family, with their wives, and with all these babies. Like, you don't see that nowhere. Like you said, in the media, in the hoods, whatever. So it shows that this is the solution.
That's
like when I'm doing the Golden Drive in Syracuse on South Ave with y'all. The fathers is interacting with their children. You know what I'm saying? She was talking about Sabiyab's daughter in the jacket. And she was like, this is the only place where you really see it.
Right.
Hands on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand
that for us it's the norm.
It's the norm.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even second guess it.
Because sometimes I overlook it too. You know what I'm saying? Being here for so long, but when you like at Passover, when you see like we are fathers. Active too. Yeah. You know You know what I'm saying? Lord of Law, I get my boys down there, man. My daughter be mad. She gonna if she don't go this year, she's gonna have a fit. I show her videos and then she say, but it's other kids there. Well, why didn't you take me?
Right.
Why didn't you bring me? You know what I'm saying? She coming this year. You know what I'm saying? Lord of Law.
1960, 2/3 of all black American children were living with both parents. This declined over the years until only 1/3 were living with both parents in 1995. Therefore,
That was strategic.
Two-thirds. What year was it? He said 2/3 had
1965.
1965. At least 2/3 lived in the house with a father. By 1995, only 1/3.
Wow.
Good night.
it's not the legacy of slavery that destroys African Americans. It's the legacy of the ill welfare state. Between 1890 and 1950, the marriage rate was much higher among black women than white women. Only a fraction of black children lived in homes without their fathers. However, everything changed with the expansion of the welfare state.
Can I say something too?
Go ahead, Cat.
And what they don't tell you is a lot of these fathers have multiple families.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it be coming out, like, people be bringing up stories. I found out that was my brother that lived down the street.
Right.
Or he came by this time and he wasn't there on these days. And I'm just trying to show these black fathers were so involved in their family. If they had another woman, they were still involved.
Yeah, and sometimes they didn't even know what Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Right.
But he was involved. Sometimes they didn't even know.
That's
It's a lot of you.
It divided households and created a dependence on welfare among the young. Here, Thomas Sowell talks about this issue.
All right, crime. And in this case, you're writing not only about African Americans, but about low-income people generally. In the United States, murder rates, rates of infection with venereal diseases, and rates of teenage pregnancies were among the social pathologies whose steep declines were suddenly reversed in the 1960s.
You heard that, Cat?
We used to have that book here, man.
You heard what the book you just showed?
This one.
He said that the murder rates, the diseases, all the bad things to the white Americans suddenly reversed in the 1960s.
Wow.
Good night.
Wow.
Let me see. That's heavy.
Pathologies whose steep declines were suddenly reversed in the 1960s. Nowhere was rampant violence and other social pathology as common among low-income people in the first half of the 20th century, when they were more deprived, as in the second half, when the welfare state had made them better off in material terms. Close quote. Again, it's not the intention of anybody enacting the welfare state to cause increases in violence, but it happened.
Yes.
What was the disconnect between intentions and what emerged?
Oh heavens! They misdiagnosed the causes of things, and therefore they misdiagnosed the effect to expect. For example, in the case of venereal diseases, sex education was introduced on a mass basis in the 1960s, and when the arguments for doing it were one, to reduce the level of venereal diseases and of teenage unwanted pregnancies, and both those things had been going down on their own. That is, and by 1960, the rate of infection for venereal diseases was something like half of what it was in 1950. And then they bring in the sex education, and it turns around and shoots up. Among blacks, the homicide rates among black males declined by 18% in the 1940s, by 22% in the 1950s, and then skyrocketed in the 1960s, wiping out all that progress. And they had a different view of the world, and their view just did not meet the test of time.
One more instance of this kind of.
We'll probably get the rest of that next week. You got anything on this? Basically, the black dude was saying the misdiagnosis of the problem You know what I'm saying? They try to always blame something.
Oh, some yobs like that. He said, I think he talking about that sister.
Oh,
She
yeah.
taught that class after she had a birthday party. That was a birthday party, wasn't it?
It definitely was.
And it was twerking. And shaking ass.
Yeah. They definitely was shaking ass.
I said, God damn.
And they always Christians too. Yep, Salakia. But with that, I pass the class over to Trooper Akia. Shalom of Christ. We'll give him a hand. Yeah.
I got you. Huh?
These security announcements. We are the ISUPK. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commanding General Yohana. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21. Malachi 3:8-10 means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Feast of dedication.
Feast of dedication. Hanukkah. What's the date, sir?
Sunday 14th
Sunday the 14th
of December.
of December. We also have the Sabbath services Saturday in every zone. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, we'll give a courteous salute to the teacher, to the Akim, and Israel. I Majim, Shabbat, I Majim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatuh. Sar, turn to the Aquathium, and Israel. I Majim, Shabbat, I Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Latah Hashem Yahushua. Akmatah, Sar, class is missed.
Yo, how are y'all beard longer than all of